To, where are we? September's live stream. Gosh, I'm Tareth. Welcome to the Flag Lair. Welcome to Flags in Focus. Welcome to the 5th birthday of this channel. A couple more days left, but this is the month that I usually celebrate the birthday of Flags in Focus. So welcome. Come in and let's have you chatting online. Come and say hello. There's lots to try and cram in on this normal Friday of the last month. Last Friday of the month. So I just want to say hello and find out who you are, where you're from, what part of the world you're in, and we got a lot to get through, as well as giving away a flag that we normally do as part of the birthday celebrations of this channel. I've got a number of flags to get through, ready and waiting. These flags are representative of the top 10 most viewed flags on the channel over the past 5 years. So I'm going to run through all of those for you as well. I need to touch on Vexi Day, which is very shortly, so I'll cover that in a little bit as well. And I need a thank you as well from a Scottish flag which I've got, which I'll talk about in up and coming. So first of all, let's Mita, hi, hello, hi, welcome. Let's get the ball rolling. Let's get to say hello. Don't forget, if you get involved in the chat. Let's get discussing. Then I will choose randomly somebody at the end of the show, one person who's been talking in the chat, who will be a winner of either a Flags in Focus flag, which is hanging here in the background, either that one, or indeed a Bedfordshire flag, which is sat behind Monmouth. Here it is. One of these ones. So Bedfordshire is the flag of the county of which the Flag Lair is set in the United Kingdom, and this is just my Flag Lair, or my flag for the channel. Anyway, so let's get you chatting in and saying hi, and let us know where you're from. Any favourite flags, let's get that involved as well, and get a bit of discussion going as we start getting rolling on this 5th birthday celebration of Flags in Focus, which started, as I say, on the 29th of September 2020. So during COVID and the lockdown, obviously, if any of you can remember back then. So that's when I started this channel and started making little tiny videos, which were roughly around 50 seconds each, and putting those videos out initially on YouTube. The first one being about the flag of Spain. That's what we kicked off with. And then lots of me just shouting into a camera, probably a bit like what I'm doing at the moment, with a few less flags in behind me. And and just trying to cram in as many facts as I possibly could into around 50 seconds. I don't think originally, when the channel was called Flags in 50 Seconds, I don't think I actually managed to achieve any video to last exactly 50 seconds. I might be wrong. If you can have a look and see if I am wrong, I probably am, but I rarely manage to get an episode in 50 seconds. Anyway, hence why I've changed the name of the channel to Flags in Focus, because that's what we're here for. We're focusing on flags as the video goes. Southern Man, hello, long time no see. Yes, it's been a little while. Welcome. Yeah, happy birthday to the channel. Thank you very much, Southern Man. That's very kind of you. Right, let's get rolling. Gosh, we've got a number of you here. As I say, don't forget to say hi in the chat. It's all about all of us, not just me yabbering away. So get involved in the chat, and we'll get some conversations going. Share where you're from, share your favourite flags. Obviously, don't want postal addresses, none of that. But just a country would be great, just to see what part of the world you're from. What inspired you to start getting different flags? I've got one or two, as you can see, that I've covered. Like most vexologists, flag nerds, vex heads, you start collecting flags of the places that you've been to. I've not been to this many places before, but it started with, I think the very first flag that I bought was the flag of Cyprus. Here it is, conveniently. Let's just start with this. It wasn't on the original board, but there we go. This is my first flag that I bought. Reasons being is because I was born about here. There we go, on a little base on the island there. So that's why I bought this flag first. And then, yes, after that, it started with, it then moved on to just buying flags of places it had been to. Initially, Brussels. This is, yes, is it just in shot? This is an early flag that I bought because we went to, let's just try and bring it in here. This is an old, I featured this last month actually. So this is the old regional flag of Brussels. They've changed it since then, thankfully, because it just looks like French fries off a fast food shop. And I think this is another early flag that I got that then started getting me going to buy flags in various places. Oh, lots of chat, excellent. Get chatting, that's brilliant. And then it's just built from there. And then once you buy all the flags of the places you've been to, and you want to get another flag, then you just start randomly buying as you just go along, and before you know it, you've got a flag layer as much as this, and yeah, way too many at that point. So there are many flags of places that I've never been to and potentially never will visit in my lifetime. But there we go. So hope that sort of answered your question. Let's just see if I can get this right. I need a moderator now. I've only been to Australia and I don't even have that one yet. So really, Australia's coming up shortly in the listings. You'll be pleased to know. So stay tuned, Southern Man. It's all coming. Hader, hi. I'm a Kuwaiti. Excellent. Why? And don't have the flag. I do have the Kuwait flag here somewhere. It's right at the back. But I do have the Kuwaiti flag. I do like the angles of the, which way, right? Yeah, no, that's right. I think, no, it's got to be this way. Anyway, I do like the angles of the Kuwaiti flag, albeit in the Pan-Arab colors. But yeah, the black on the hoist has its unique shape. And I do love that one. So, but welcome. It's great to have you here. I had no idea it was Cypriot. Well, I'm just full of it, as well as surprises. So that's great. Been to 6 countries, but no flags. You need to get collecting. I was about to say get hoarding then. This is hoarding. Collecting is buying flags of places that you've been to, Hader. And if I'm saying Hader wrong, then I do apologize. Shabib Ali. Excellent. I love that. As in Cypriot. Yes. Yeah. I said, well, yeah, Cypriot as in, yeah, I was born in an RAF base. But anyway, I was born on the island of Cyprus, which I'm quite pleased at. Excellent. One of them I have been 20 times. Oh, are they all golf? Sorry, I'm just having a chat with Hader here. So Hader says that they've been to one of the countries, they've been to 6 countries, one of which they've been to 20 times. Are these Gulf countries, as in, is it like the UAE or Saudi that you've been to many, many times? Let us know, because it would be great. Something like Australia and New Zealand, perhaps. What that I've been to? Yes. Sorry, which one was it? Saudi or the UAE? Because they seem to be the big popular ones. I'm guessing the UAE with Abu Dhabi and Dubai are probably worth visiting a lot. In fact, I think I might be going to Dubai next year. That's the plan. Do love a bit of Dubai. Massive tangent going where on it. But I have the UAE flag here. I don't have the Emirates flags, the individual ones, because it's the whole point of the UAE. Massive tangent again. I'm going down. Split into 7 Emirates, which I think, if I remember rightly, the flags of the different Emirates are fairly similar. Mostly red with probably their own inscription on it, and that's probably about it, to be fair. Do you have the laser Kiwi flag of New Zealand? I do not have the laser Kiwi flag of New Zealand. I have the flag of New Zealand, definitely, but no laser Kiwi. I do have, however, the one that I can never pronounce, which is this one, which it's hanging up. If I pull it down, the whole load will come down. But there's a New Zealand flag for you, which is not the traditional New Zealand. I say traditional. God, hark at me. I'm probably in so much trouble now I've said that. Right, where are we? I have no idea why I thought you were Gulf and not Gulf. Gulf countries, not Gulf countries. Gulf, as in Kuwait and UAE and Bahrain, those types of you know what I'm talking about. It should have been our flag. Which one should have been your flag? So I'm missing half the conversation here. Sorry. Some Emirate flags are identical. Yes, I think a lot of them are, and one of them is literally the flag of the UAE. Well, that helps differentiate it from a lot of the others. Anyway, I can help you out with the pronunciation. What of this one? Is that what you can help me out with the pronunciation? Is this what you're talking about? I thought this was New Zealand, wasn't it? Southern Man? Anyway. And hey there, yes, you're right. Excellent. Right, okay, good. Keep the chats going and let us know where you're from. Say hello, hi, welcome for those who've joined in recently. I'm trying to keep up with the chat. No Spanish trill. I get. I know Andy from Flagged for Content can pronounce it very well. You're from New Zealand, of course you are. On the other hand, this is why this is more important. I will. Anybody who wants to know the pronunciation of this particular flag from New Zealand, then Southern Man has very kindly placed it into the chat for us to understand. And I am not going to embarrass myself, or indeed the entire nation of New Zealand, in trying to pronounce it. Excellent. You're not Australian, you're New Zealand, and they are massively different countries. Right. Shame about their flag differentiation. Anyway, okay, right, let's crack on with why we're here, which is mostly to run through the top 10 flags that are most popular on my channel. These are flags where I've recorded various different types of videos over the past 5 years, and they've rated the most views on the channel. Some of them you might be surprised of, others less so, but there we go. The first one, which for some reason I've conveniently left up here for no other reason than it was just here. But the first flag I've got, which has rated most, is number 10 in my top 10, and we'll quickly start with this one. Once I've got myself here, which is this particular flag, which some of you may recognise due to recent events in the world. So this is the current flag, as it stands in 2025, the current flag of Syria, which is a re-adoption of a previous flag that they once flew after the change in leadership of the country. I'm not going to go into the politics of all of that. We're here for flags, although flags and politics go almost hand in hand. Anyway, so this is my top 10. This is my number 10 most watched video, was when I covered, oddly enough, the transformation from their old flag to this one, which was adopted on the 13th of March 2025, or re-adopted, should I say, because it's come back. And it's well, we'll see how the future goes and how well this flag flies going forward, which will be interesting to watch and good as well. Hopefully, let's think that there's nothing but good things that will come out of Syria. Lovely part of the world, of which I would love to visit someday, but I just don't think I'm able to at the moment. Anyway, so Syria is my number 10 out of all of these. Where are we? Syria, yes, lovely, good, me too. Okay, how do you get these flags? So usually I go online, and most of them I get online, either Amazon, eBay, golly. Occasionally I will, while I'm away, I will try and buy a flag from the country that I'm at. Recently, earlier this year, in Tunisia, and oddly enough, in Algiers and Algeria, when I was there at the beginning of the year, in fact, in January, I managed to buy, which are right in the depths of the flag layer, managed to buy a couple of flags, proper sewn flags, from the countries of Algeria and Tunisia, so properly sewn. So they're very decent flags, unlike the cheap printed ones that is the vast majority of the setup here. So yeah, eBay is Southern Man says eBay's great for flags, for flag purchasing at a decent price as well. The only thing is that when you buy them from eBay and they are just printed ones, they're not the ones that you just leave outside up a flagpole forever, because they will fall apart in no time at all, he says, having to buy more than one. Anyway, right. So that was number 10, was Syria. This is my 9th most watched video. Is this particular flag hither. There we go. Now, some of you may or may not recognize this one. This is one of the 3 recognized Australian flags. This is the Torres Strait flag. And I've got my notes written in exactly the wrong place. If you bear with me, I'm just going to have to move these. See, I can pronounce Torres Strait. I can't pronounce some of the other flags that come from New Zealand. Just telling you that now. I'm just going to move this here, and then it would seamlessly see that I can hold flags up and talk about them at the same time while reading notes that you can't see me looking at. There we go. Just forget I just did that. Where are we? Designed by a Bernard Namak. I think has sadly passed away since then, but I could be wrong. Back in 1992. It's supposed to be a symbol of unity and identity for the Torres Strait Islanders. And in the middle is the Dari headset. That's what that is. And a 5-pointed star representing peace and navigation. So this you'll find this right at the northern tip of Australia, especially close to the sort of the Papua New Guinea, right at the top there is where you'll find this flag. It was officially recognised by Australia as one of the 3 flags of Australia on the 14th of July 1995. So Australia is lucky enough to have more than one national flag flying. So that's my number 9 top most rated flag. Let's see what we've got. How do you get these flags? I've done that bit. They are quite big, admittedly. Ada, yes, and they are quite wonderful. Well, that's why we're here, because we love the shapes and the colours and the history and the stories that sit behind the flags. That's half the fun. Anyway, number 9, that was. So we're up to number 8 now. I'm going to need you to use a little bit of your imagination for this one, because I don't actually have the flag that sits at number 8, but I've got a pretty good or a close resemblance. Now, this is not New Zealand. This is, in fact, the flag of Australia. However, my number 8 flag is not the flag of Australia. It's the red ensign version. So where it's all big and blue, just imagine it is red, the same red that's in the Union Jack cross. It's the same red. And that version of the flag, what they call the red duster, amongst other things, is it's an official civil ensign, and it's an Australian it's a registered merchant ship's flag. So as I say, imagine this bit in red. That's the only difference, is the colour. And it was officially recognised back in 1953. So it follows exactly the same pattern as the national flag, which this is, but in red as well. So I covered that quite early on, and it seems to be a very popular flag. I think it was flown a lot during COVID in a few protests. But again, we're getting political when we don't need to. We're here for the flags. But I'd love to get a red ensign version of that. As some of you may know, I'm not mostly excited about flags with the Union Jack in the top corner. Sorry, Southern man. They do slightly irritate me a little bit. But anyway, New Zealand also has a red duster. Yes, it does. No, I do have to have a red one. You're right. I do. I must get one. I really must get one. But it's got a Union Jack in the corner. And as well, you know, that's the thing with me. I reckon it looks nicer than the actual national flag. I think it does. Yes, you see the Bahamas is the other red ensign British flag, which I quite. If I have to like one, I think I quite like that one. But as you say, Southern man, New Zealand has a red version of the New Zealand flag as well. So that probably would be quite good. Do you have the Pan-Arab flag? I have a number of Pan-Arab flags. I'm just trying to remember if any of them actually appear in this. They don't. However, I do have Pan-Arab flags way at the back. However, the next flag at number 7, most popular on the video, on the channel, sorry, is this one with the hoist on the wrong way round, which is the flag of Saudi Arabia. Would you believe? Comes in at number 7, most viewed flag on the channel. Now the hoist, as you can see, sits here at the moment. This is where I hang it, but technically that's incorrect. The hoist on the flag of Saudi Arabia should sit this side, and I would love to get a Saudi flag where this side is the hoist and over here is the fly, and that's purely because of the way the text is written, obviously from right to left, as well, you know. So that's the Saudi flag. The green obviously represents Islam. The text in the middle is the Shahada, which I'm a bit dubious of whether, now I know that we've got someone from Kuwait on, whether I should try and pronounce it. And then the sword at the bottom, which is representing justice and strength. So, and it is a very popular flag. I must admit, because I do like the Arab writing, and normally I don't like writing on flags, but because of the Arabic text on here, I don't mind this one, to be fair. A bit like Iraq as well. I quite like it. If I have to like flags with text on it, it's the Arabic text. I'm not just saying that because we've got Hader here. I'm quite pleased with it. Anyway, so that's number 7, most popular. I have been practicing the Shahada, but I'm not sure whether I should say it now. Anyway, so that's that one. What else have we got? Do we have a red what? Bermuda. Yes, yes, Bermuda. I was talking about Bermuda. Yes, I am right then. Thank you, Alan. The islets of Bermuda is the red ensign flag that I can tolerate, should I say, as a national flag. Do you have flags of the American states? Hold that thought. I'll come on to that, because let me do flag number 6 and then we'll pause for a moment, but I'll come back to some of the state flags in just a minute, because I think they're just hiding just over here slightly. We'll come back to that. Mitta, do you have any flags that are the wrong way round, like the height of the flag being greater than the length? Oh, I know what you mean. Come back to that. This is me thinking now, because I can't think of any off the top of my head. So there's 2 there, state flags and wrong way round flags. Anyway, okay. 6th most popular viewed flag on the channel is this one. And for those of you who are unsure, this is the flag of France. And as you know, it has been around for a little while. It was adopted originally in 1794, with the colours usually meaning liberty, equality and fraternity. And it was, I'm not sure if I've got the right version, to be quite frank. I don't think I have. I think this is the wrong version now. And it was changed again by President Macron back to, and this is why this video is quite popular, it was changed to a darker blue. Yeah, this is the wrong blue. It was changed back to the original blue of the flag back in 2020, I think, without any pomp and ceremony. So the flag was, the blue was lightened, and I think the red was ever so slightly good as well, back in the early 70s. Someone's going to tell me whether I got this right or wrong in the moment. And the blue was to match up with, initially, the flag of Europe, which is, this is touched here. So these blues should, well, you see, this one's actually quite a lighter blue as well. So yeah, this is definitely the wrong French flag. So yeah, the flag of France was, the blue was changed to marry the flag of Europe, or as people call it now, the EU flag, but it's not, it's the flag of Europe. It's much older than the EU, that one. But Macron changed this again back in, as I say, 2020. and restored the original darker colours. Just to throw in some real nerdy flag facts of the French. While all the flags on Parliament and what have you were changed, there was one flag that never did get changed and stayed with the original dark blue version, which was the flag that flew under the Arc de Triomphe. That always stayed as it was originally intended. There, have some of that to take home with you. Right, Mitta, we were going to talk to you about wrong way round flags. Hader, you were asking about state flags. We'll come on to that in a minute. Ship destroyers, the old version. The blue is too bright. Yes, it was too bright. Yes, it was too bright. Anyway, so that was the top 6. We'll come to the top 5. God, such a tease. Shortly. Let's try and answer some of these questions, which is great. Absolutely, this is why we're here. Keep asking questions, which is fab. And if I haven't already said hello, hi to everyone who's here, which is great. What was we talking about? State flags. Yes, I do have a number of state flags, and I did this being Pennsylvania, for example. You can't really see it terribly well because they're all hidden around the back here. But I've got Pennsylvania, which is really just shocking because it's not really very good. What else have I got? I've got New Mexico, which I'm surprised hasn't been renamed as New America at the moment. So there's New Mexico's flag, which is one of the best state flags. And I won't go through all of them because people who were on a live stream a few months back, I went through all of these. Oddly enough, on the 4th of July. And there's California with this bear. So I've got a video, Hader, that covers all of the American flags that I've got, which includes a lot of state flags and a proposed state flag as well. So you can dig that one out. And in fact, later on, I might actually put the link to that below, especially for you, Hader. So that's absolutely fine. Right. I hope that answered your question anyway. Let's have a look. I can imagine you hate the flag of Hawaii. So, well, yeah, I'm not a fan of the Hawaiian state flag, to be quite frank. I'm sure they could do better. Just my opinion. Right, Nepal, yes. Alan, Nepal was the flag that I was going to come up with to try and answer Mitta, your point about flags, which is here that this is probably all the wrong way around, but there it is. Look, mostly. There we go. Look, see, I can pull some of these straight out. There we go. This is, and I'm glad I've actually got the right version of this. So this is the right way up. It's still 150 centimeters by 90, which is what a lot of these flags are. Or for those of you who come from the United States, that's 5 foot by 3 foot, or old school in England. Anyway, so yeah, this runs long ways, Nepal as a flag, and it's the only one that I've got. And I think it's, as a national flag, it's the only one, obviously, that's designed and built like that. I do like, just to stay on that point, when they run flags vertically, there are certain flags where, when they move them vertically as opposed to horizontally, the emblems swivel and change. Mexico, I think, is one where the eagle and the snake stay upright even though the flag rotates. So when that happens, you've got to buy a new flag if you want to hang it vertically, of course. Tunisia, I think, does the same sort of thing. Again, the star and the crescent moon stay upright when they hang it. So there's a lot of those types of flags, and I am quite partial to the vertical versions of some of these flags when the emblem or certain parts of it still stay upright. I'm quite partial to that. I don't know why. I'm just a little bit fascinated by it. And there's many other countries as well that do the same sort of thing. So I hope, Mitta, that sort of answers your question. My favorite wrong way flag is the flag of Tikod. Okay, it's in Hungary. Okay, that's good. Hi, Habibi. The best flag in the world. Yes, yes, of course it is. I know that. Good. Right. Slovakia turns, as does the British Virgin Isles. The British Virgin Isles. But, and Eilert, you'll probably be able to answer this, not all of the British ensigns, when hung horizontally, do rotate their emblem, but obviously the British Virgin Islands do, by the sounds of it. Okay, that's cool. Right, the other thing I wanted to mention before I move on to the top 5, because where are we? Gosh, we're half an hour in already, so that's brilliant. And hi and welcome everybody, which is fab. Yes, 1st of October is what they call Vexi Day. So what is Vexi Day for those who don't know? Vexi Day is 1st of October, of course, every year. It's the World Vexillology Day. It's a flag day to celebrate all things flags, basically. And every year we try and push and advertise for you guys and gals to do something with flags on the 1st of October, whatever that be, whether that's literally fly a flag, put a video on social media, whatever you want to do to celebrate the world of flags. Sorry for the noise outside. They'll be gone shortly, if you can hear all that. But yeah, it's a fairly recent thing. I think only in the past sort of 5 years or so, maybe a little bit earlier. But it's a day to celebrate all things education-wise of flags, anything you can think of to do with flags. It's not a specific country flag day. It's all things flag-related day. So that's the 1st of October this year, and indeed every year. And the hashtag is Vexi Day, VEXIDAY. And so you can join in the fun on that one. So it's for all enthusiasts of the world of flags, basically. See, they've gone now. They'll turn around and they'll come back and disappear in a minute. Anyway, that's perfect for a Friday for me. Only that one. So, okay, so that's British Virgin Islands is the only British ensign flag that actually rotates their emblem. So for that, Bermuda would have to come first, and then British Virgin Islands, which just would have to come a close second to that. It's still way at the bottom of my list of favourite flags. Anyway, right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. One other thing I just wanted to say, let's just pull this one out here. I've got for the first time ever, a wee Scottish flag here, and this was given to me. I did a flag swap earlier this week with Cara, who's on TikTok, and she's on YouTube as well. And she also does flag style videos, mostly on TikTok though, under Flaggy Fridays. So do go and look her up. Her and I did a flag swap earlier this week. She offered me either the flag of Scotland, the St Andrew's Cross, or indeed the Royal Banner. And because I've got a Scottish flag sitting somewhere behind me, I thought I'd go with the Royal Banner version because I don't have this, but now I do. I have it here. And in return, I sent Cara a flag of Cyprus, for those of you who were at the beginning of the stream. So she's now got a slightly smaller than this version of the Cypriot flag, as well as a tabletop flag of Bedfordshire as well, just to throw that into the mix. So so yes, Flaggy Fridays on TikTok. Go and visit, if you're on a TikTok social media, go and visit her on her channel. Give her a follow, say hi as well, as she's constantly bringing out more and more videos about flags, which is great. This is not just me doing this nonsense. Right, okay, where are we? What else? Gosh, God, you've been busy, guys. I turn away for a moment and you've just chatted loads, which is fantastic, which is great. Best flag in the world, Habibi, right, we've done that one. Slovakia, we've done. Only that one. Right, Birmingham. What's with Birmingham? Noise proves that you are not in Birmingham. Oh, it's because you're quite right. Okay, for those of people who actually get their bins emptied, yeah, it is today. They're usually very early, to be fair. They usually wake me up, and I don't usually wake up at lunchtime. Anyway, right, okay. Are your flags 3 by 2 foot? Hader? Yes, they are. The vast majority of these, obviously not this one, because this is slightly smaller because I can hold this one up. But yes, all these ones you see hanging up behind me are 3 foot by 2 foot, or 150 centimeters by 90. That's what all of this is here. And there are 1 or 2 of them. So yes, so they're quite large, quite large. The Royal Banner, did I actually call it the Royal Banner? Did I actually get round to saying it was the Scottish Royal Banner? Did I call it something different? Scottish flag. Royal. Anyway, it's the Royal Scottish Banner. If I actually didn't say that in the end. Thank you, Sutherland. Okay, got that read back in the local Scottish store. Excellent, excellent. Do you have any tips on how to hang up flags? Well, it depends what you want to hang them up on. I have a flagpole, of course, but I appreciate not everybody has flagpoles. In my flag layer, they are just nails. Well, they're not, the screws into the ceilings, of which why these are hung up here. However, if you want to hang them in the house, which I have done on the wall, for example, what I've done personally is just 2 tiny nails, tiny nails in the wall, so they can hang vertically. Is how I've done it in the past. So they hang this way down, because obviously otherwise they hang like this if you just try and get them out. That's how I would hang them, and that's how I did hang them. And if you watch as we were saying right at the beginning, because this is the 5th birthday of the channel, if you look at my very first episodes, they are hanging. That's how I used to hang them in those very first episodes, in the Spanish ones and the ones subsequently. It was just 2 tiny nails that I used to just upload, just hang them on there. But it depends how you want to hang them and how you want to do that. It's entirely up to you. Okay, right. I think that's that. We can move on a little bit more now. So I think we've done the top 5 of numbers 10 to 6 of the most watched flags, and now we can move on from flags 5 down to 1, and this is where some of them get a little surprising. Let me just get my notes back open so I can see what I'm doing. Right, we've done that. Right, okay, we've got some more coming up. Some that you'll recognize, some that you'll be surprised actually are appearing. Okay, so the 5th most popular watched flag video is this little one here, the flag of Turkey, or Turkey. I think it's red. And crescent moon this time, star, 5-pointed star. Sorry, what am I talking about? This version was adopted back in 29th of May 1936, but obviously the Ottoman flag, of which this is based on, goes back many more hundreds of years. This is the bit I mean, while I think it's quite a striking flag, and not to get mixed up with Tunisia, it always slightly amuses me and bemuses me that a country that was run and owned by the Ottomans for a long time, and obviously tried to do their best to get independence away from the Ottomans, then by declaring that now they kick the Ottomans out, raise the flag of the Ottoman Empire pretty much as their independence sign. It's just me. I just find that intriguing that that's the route they went down. Most countries, when they declare independence from other people, not all of them, obviously, but would change the flag, and some of them have done of more recent years. But no, Turkey were quite happy, or Turkey, sorry, were quite happy to keep the Ottoman Empire flag. But we've got to remember, and the reason why this one did so well, because the premise of that particular episode, when looking at the flag of Turkey when I was in Istanbul, was looking at generally the symbols of the star and the crescent moon, and how they're not specifically or not originating from symbols of Islam. That's a whole the symbols way predate Islam, and therefore while most people associate, and the flags obviously as well, the crescent, moon, and star to be symbols of Islam, it's not where they originated from at all. In fact, it's a huge story behind it. Anyway, so if you want to know more about that, then check out my story on Turkey's flag, and we cover all of that. And if you look into the notes and the comments underneath it, you'll find all the different theories of where those crescent, moon, and star comes from. There's loads of that. Are the flags made out of polyester? Yes, I can just double confirm that they are. He says that one's fire resistant, which is great. But yeah, most of them are made from polyester, to be quite fair, which is what I was saying about they're not the best. Yes, 100% polyester. They're not the best material to leave outside. They're all right to fly outside occasionally, but don't leave them out in the strong winds because they'll just fall apart. They really will. It's another good question though, Ada. It's great. Southern Man, it's not like some countries put their flags of other countries in the corner of their own. I know where you're going with that one. I know where you're going with that one, Southern Man. Okay, right. Nitta. Yeah, the Turkish flag is a slightly modified Ottoman flag, yeah, which is a slightly modified flag of Constantinople. Of course, yes, of course, Constantinople, which is now Istanbul. The designs were pretty much the city flag of Constantinople, which, yeah, predates it. I'm going there again in a few. Next month. I'm going. Anyway, right, of which I'll do a follow-up of the comments about the Turkish flag in a video that I'll do while I'm in Istanbul next month. Right, okay, where are we? What is the best material to leave out? So, that's a good question. What is the best material to leave outside? If I remember rightly, it's more of the sort of the nylon proper fabric. Eyelet, you might be able to answer this one for me better, but I'm pretty sure it's the more natural. I'm sure it's nylon. Polyester is ideal for internal and occasional external. Nylon is external. Yes, thank you. There you go, Hayden. It's nylon because it's more durable, and probably and you know the ones that are sewn together last much longer, weirdly enough, as opposed to these printed things. Anyway, where were we? That was we only got to number 5. We've got numbers 4 to 1 to get through to. Right, okay, let's get to the 4th most viewed flag we have, which is this one. Some might not be too surprised by this. I'm going to get this upside down if I'm not careful, which is this little flag here, flag of China. Which this was adopted on the 1st of October 1949, designed by Zheng Langsong to represent the, can never get it right, is it the People's Republic of China? And there's symbols in the top corner, the big star, all of it's supposed to represent unity of the Communist Party, the large star symbolizing the party itself, and then the 4 smaller stars representing the social classes. I think there was discussion as well about the stars representing the different, I want to say races, but that's probably not the different groups of people, clans, tribes, I can't remember, is what the other, another reason of what the stars were representing on the flag of China. But anyway, that's my 4th watched video, and that is a fairly short one. That I did of China. I probably should do a follow-up really, because the history, or especially the previous flags of China, if you get to have a look at those, there's some very interesting ones on there, from dragons to various colors of stripes and stuff. So China's flags have quite a variation, and I'm sure if I look into something like the regional flags and those types of things, they'll be quite intriguing as well. Okay, right, what are we? So where are we? That was number 4. Number 3, This one's been mentioned already, not by me, but in the chat, as we were discussing earlier about vertical flags. This one got a mention as a vertical flag, which is the flag of Slovakia. I do quite like the Slovakian flag. It's quite a bold one. This was adopted on the 3rd of September 1992, just before Slovakia's independence the following year. Now the hills, and this is what's caused the problem with this flag. When I recorded an episode in Slovakia a little while ago and covered this flag, and I talked about the emblem or the simplified coat of arms there, the double cross, and the blue hills, which were green once upon a time because they're hills, and hills are usually green, not blue. But there we go. And then there was much arguments about the double cross. Where did it come from? Is it Hungarian, their neighbours, or do the Slovaks have the right to call it their own? It went back to Byzantine times, yada, 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 yada. And then the hills, which, if you read in certain places, you know, they'll tell you that the hills represent the 3 mountain ranges of Tetra, Fatra and Matra, and other people say it's nothing to do with that whatsoever. Anyway, there's a lot behind this one. And that's what caused a lot of comments and issues with that. And that's why this is a popular flag, because a lot of people got involved. But anyway, as Eilert had mentioned earlier, when you spin the flag thusly, you know, it's actually this way, isn't it? This is how you hang it vertically. And then the simplified coat of arms would then shift, so it's upright again. So I do quite like that setup. I think it's that way around. I think the white stays at the top hoist. So I do it. Anyway, there's a lot of rules about how to hang flags vertically, and it's not a common rule against all national flags. Some of them don't spin or turn around the other way. A good rule of thumb about flying flags vertically, I keep getting those mixed up, is that if it's got a canton, like, I don't know, a small country like the United States of America, that's probably the most famous one, that when they flip it and hang it vertically, the canton stays in that top, just get it right for me, stays in the top left-hand corner. So the canton should always be in the top left-hand corner, whether it's vertically or horizontally. That's why it flips. The flag of the UK, the Union Jack or the Union flag, that doesn't flip. You just turn it 90 degrees, job done. So there are different rules for different countries when it comes to doing it. Anyway, technicalities. We're just blabbering here. Anyway, China doesn't have regional flags. Does it not, Sutherland? Okay, right, that's fine. At least not official ones. Ooh, okay, I'm gonna have to look into that. I find that slightly intriguing. I was listening to the podcast Flag for Content the other month when Andy had somebody from Puerto Rico. Yes, and they have, was it like 13 municipalities, or what they call city flags in Puerto Rico, the country itself? You know, and it's not a huge country, but they still have smaller flags. Anyway, talking about small countries with internal flags, we now move to our second most, is that right? Second most watched flag video on the channel, which surprisingly, if anybody can guess at all, it's a red and blue flag, and it's a small country. It's Liechtenstein, of course. I'm sure it was all at the tip of your tongue. The second most watched flag video on the channel. This flag was adopted originally on the 19th of February, 1937. They changed it. Liechtenstein changed their flag ever so slightly following the 1936 Olympics, where their flag was just blue and red without the yellow crown, purely because when Haiti turned up, they had exactly the same flag as Liechtenstein. So both Liechtenstein and Haiti changed their flags there soon after. So yeah, but as I say, a very popular flag on the channel for an interesting reason, probably because of almost the forced changes that it had. My claim to fame for this channel is that more people have watched the Flag of Liechtenstein episode than actually live in the country of Liechtenstein. I think there's about 39,000 people who live there, and I've got 41,000 views on it. So I've got more people watch it than live in the country itself. So I'm quite proud of that tiny little fact. I'm going to run with it. So I'm quite pleased with that. Anyway, Liechtenstein, tiny. And we were talking about regional and municipality flags or whatever. This is another country that's got the two things. First of all, when you rotate the flag and hang the flag of Liechtenstein vertically, which again, I must get this the right way round, which would end up being this way. The crown does rotate. So the crown always stays upright. And the vast majority of their municipality flags, I think they're municipalities anyway, are these long vertical flags, and they've got some beautiful designs. For such a tiny country, they've got a lot of flags. And I've got a video that's been sat there waiting in the wings for me to get on and do to cover that very subject of all of those flags. Uzbekistan's another one, yes, not Azerbaijan. Okay, not Azerbaijan. Mita, how many countries have you actually traveled to? We'll come to that in a moment. Only one of two double landlocked nations. Azerbaijan. Oh, that's what we're talking about. Azerbaijan and the other. Okay. Two double. Oh, double landlocked, as in there's more countries outside. Okay. Right. Oh, was it you, Southern man, that mentioned? Okay, I'm terribly sorry. You're Australian, you're New Zealand, and now I'm dissing you. And I'm sorry, how to lose friends very quickly. Right, okay, let's move on. Where were we? There was a question about how many countries have I visited. That's a very good question. On the top of my head, I cannot quite remember. However, if you go onto my Instagram, if you go onto my Instagram feed, channel, whatever you want to call it, I do have all the flags at the top in the description of all the places that I've been to. So they're up there. So off the top of my head, I can't remember. There's a fair amount. I do like to travel. As I say, we're off next week, actually, on Saturday. We're traveling again, just to have a mooch around. I get called British all the time. Anyway, British, really, Southern? They better be Kuwait in it. Well, okay. Well, the final flag we can get to. So anyway, sorry. Well, I was just finishing off with Mita. Yes, have a look at my Instagram feed, and that, as I say, I've listed all the flags are there of all the different countries that I've been to, because I can't remember off the top of my head what all the countries are. But there's a fair amount, which I'm pleased of, but it's quite tiring. But so take a look. I'm currently on Instagram displaying all of the flags in the flag layer day by day. They're going up, so you can also, while you're on Instagram, have a look at the entire collection. I'm only up to about number 70 odd. There's a few more than 70 odd flags in here, but they're there flying in all their glory. And each day there'll be a new flag from the flag layer going up. So, so you'll be able to see which countries I've been to and which countries are currently in the flag layer. My final flag that I've got here to show you, before I see if I can dig out quickly one other. This is my #1 rated flag on the channel, the most popular video. Again, some of you may be slightly intrigued by this, but is this flag here? And if Habibi, if you're still on, then yeah, this is the one that we filmed. So this is obviously the flag of the Netherlands, red, white, and blue, one of the originals. Now, weirdly, it was adopted by royal decree on the 19th of February 1937, which seemed quite late, but I had to just double check, and I think it was all to do with dimensions and stuff. But the flag of the Netherlands, this one, does go back a fair bit. Obviously, there was the whole thing about the orange on the top and this, that, and the other changes, and which was the Prince's flag, and then the Dutch Revolution, and lots of other stuff that goes on there. But anyway, this is with about 80,000+ views, by a long shot. The flag of the Netherlands is my most popular video, and it will take a while for anybody else to actually overtake that. Again, a lot of comments. I mean, I did include the flag of Amsterdam while we were there as well, so that gets a mention. Amsterdam's flag, which I must state is probably one of the best city flags ever. So that gets covered as well, and I do have that one as well. But yes, the Netherlands is weirdly my #1 flag on my channel, not chosen by me, but chosen by you, the viewers at home. Better be curated. Go and get curated in a minute. Looks more like Luxembourg. No, trust me. The first tricolour flag. I think you're right, Habibi. I think it was the first tricolour flag, and which people think. People think that France was that. Obviously, that's less of our Vex heads ones, but alas, no. You're right. It was the Netherlands. Now, I was just going to see if I could just very quickly pull out one more, but because this is not planned for, but I can't find, and this obviously makes for the most interesting viewing out known to man, and I don't think I've got it at hand. I really don't think I've got it at hand. I was going to see if I could pull out very quickly the flag of Kuwait, which I do have. Hader, it's here somewhere, but I don't think I can quite put my hands on it. That's the problem. Anyway, it doesn't leap out at me. Although, what's that one? That's not Kuwait. No, that's not Kuwait at all. Right, apologies. Okay, I shall come back now. Shameful. I don't have Kuwait at hand. I can't. I thought I knew exactly where it was, but it's not where I thought it was. So I'm terribly sorry that I couldn't pull that out for you. What I wanted to say though at the end of all this, as I mentioned right at the top of the live stream, because where are we now? Gosh, we've been doing this for nearly an hour, so I'm probably way over what I was originally thinking of. One of the things that I wanted to do was to give away a flag. And now, because of YouTube's brought out this wonderful new system where it ranks the top people or the top commenters on the channel, I can quickly glance and go, Hader, you're my #1 commenter at the moment. So my first stabs for you then is that I'm more than happy to send you a flag of your choice, whether it be a Bedfordshire flag or flag of the channel. If that's something that you would like, then by all means drop me an email, of which I shall chat. I mean, anyone can drop me an email, but if you so congratulations, Hader, for getting involved, joining in, and it's been great to see you here for the first time, which is fab. And Kuwait is great. It's people from all over the planet. If you want to drop me an email, because of being my #1 commenter today, and we can give me an address if you're happy with that, and we can get a flag sent over to you, a proper 5 foot by 3 foot. You know, it would be as big as this. And you can have that, and you can hang it or do whatever you wish with it in Kuwait. That would be quite fab if you want to get involved in that. So that'd be brilliant if you want to share that with us, and I'll get that sent over to you. I think that's pretty much it. I think I've come to the end. I've got everything that I wanted to do, which was the top 10 of the what videos have been viewed over the past 5 years. There's more to come. Obviously, there's more than 5 years. Yes, there's stuff to do. The Flags in 50 Places series of places where we were talking about where I've actually visited countries and done videos about the flags, especially things like Liechtenstein and Netherlands and Turkey. All those flag episodes were actually filmed in the country. There's still more to come. There's Hungary coming out next week, so you can have a view on that one. And then I think there's 2 more after that, which will then finish the Flags in 50 Places, which was quite a demanding piece. So that's fab. And then in the new year, which is what I start filming next week, in the new year, I'll be bringing out a series called Around the World in 80 Flags. There won't necessarily be 80 episodes because one place has more than one flag. So that comes out in the new year. And that I've got the backing of the UK's Flag Institute as well, which has happily agreed to be an association of that series as well, which is fantastic news. For those of you who don't know about the Flag Institute, they're a UK-based flag charity, and they are the be-all and the end-all of all things UK flag related. And I will drop a link into the comments a bit later on as well in the description, where you can find out all about the Flag Institute, the UK's Flag Institute. And to be a member, you don't have to live in the UK if you want to join up to the UK Flags Institute. I'm not being paid for this at all, but I just find them a great source of information, and they send all sorts of stuff out, magazines and emails and what have you. And they do a lot of promoting of flying flags, especially in the UK, but not just British flags. They look at flags from all over the globe and the planet, and not just national flags either that we've got, as we said earlier, about state flags, for example, regional flags, municipality flags, which is always a word I stumble over. So by all means, if you want to know more about flags, the UK's Flags Institute is one of them. NAV is another one, but the Flag Institute is the one that I'm associated with now officially, which is fantastic, as well as a member, of course. Right, before we go, what else have we got? Adopted in either November or December of 2004. What have I missed on that one, Southern Man? Sorry. So it's literally 20 years. Would you say 21? Oh, I see. What Liechtenstein? Did I read that one right? Anyway, right, okay, I will leave it there because we could be blabbering for so many more hours about just flags and stuff. Next month, I'm not here to do a live stream. So at the moment, I've been doing since January a live stream on the last Friday of every month. Next month, I won't be in the country. I'll be out and about, so there won't be one next month. So next month's is the whole of October is dedicated to city flags. So throughout all of October, twice a week, I've got different city flag episodes coming out as well, which will include the last Friday of October as well, which I think is the 31st. So yes, city flags, if you want to know about city flags, then I've got at least 8, then that must be over a 4-week period, city flags for you coming out next month. So that's fine. I will be back on a live stream at the end of November. I don't know how I'm going to do the December one yet, because anyway, I'm jumping way ahead of ourselves. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for the comments. Hader, as I said, if you want to drop me an email and we can discuss about getting addresses and send a flag to you. Thanks ever so much, everybody. Thank you for watching over the past 5 years as well. This channel wouldn't be a channel without the views and the input from you guys. So I really do appreciate it. I'll keep going as long as you guys keep watching as well. So thanks very much. For those people who are watching the record and not the live on this one, then I shall put a video just here for you to then jump onto so you can watch a video about, a video about some of the more intriguing and weird flags that people have sent in for the People's Flag Lair. So this is a video where you, the viewer, have sent in your thoughts and ideas of flags to what you would put in a virtual flag lair. This is my actual one, the virtual one, the People's Flag Lair, click here and you'll find more about that particular nonsense that goes on there. Anyway, I'll stop blabbering. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll be seeing you.